It's Saturday afternoon and you're sitting in a quiet apartment you've barely left all week. The money you save by staying in is sitting in your account. It must be getting pretty big, you think to yourself. You open your banking app only to find that it's barely more than the last month. You close the app, and the silence somehow feels louder than before. At first blush, discipline and deprivation can look identical until one of them breaks you. If we haven't met yet, I'm Phil Shea, addictions counselor, and I specialize in helping men who struggle with gambling and video game addiction. So far, I've talked about the patterns that keep people stuck, why your brain falls for them, and the systems you can build to protect yourself. But none of that matters if the pace you've set is going to break you before it saves you. Here's a pattern I've noticed. You've been good, following the rules you agreed to or set for yourself. You're staying in and cooking at home, turning down invitations because you can't justify any extra spending. You're watching every dollar, every transaction, every category in your banking app. In short, you're doing the work. Then you check your balance expecting some kind of relief, and you've barely even moved the needle. Months of going without, and somehow you're still drowning in interest payments. The math just keeps pulling you down like sandbags on a hot air balloon. That's the moment a tempting thought sneaks in the back door. Fuck it. I deserve a break. Hell, I could even come out way ahead if I win big. Someone has to win, why shouldn't it be me? After all, you can't win if you're not playing. And that thought didn't strike out of the wild blue. No, it came from the white-knuckling that was actually deprivation wearing discipline's clothing. Think of a finger trap. The harder you pull, the tighter it grips. The instinct is to fight harder, and that's exactly what traps you. The only way out is to calm down, ease up, and calmly find the solution. So, what's the difference between discipline and deprivation? Well, discipline is sustainable. It's a pace you can hold for years. Deprivation, however, has a shelf life which will run out. And when it does, you'll overshoot your baseline and veer hard into overcorrection. The harder you've been straining, the more forceful the snapback. And the fuck it moment doesn't come from a failure of willpower. It's the predictable end of a strategy that was never going to last. As Roy Baumeister put it in his book, Willpower, a restrictive diet takes huge amounts of sustained willpower to follow, but it takes even more willpower to not diet when you don't like what you see in the mirror. This is true for anything that takes long, concerted effort, including getting clean or getting out of debt. If that landed for you, I get it. I work with men who are stuck in exactly this cycle. There's a link below for a free strategy call. No pressure, just a conversation about where you're at and what makes sense for you. The system is rigged, and we're all being pulled downward in this war between the have-nots and the have-yachts. I also think it's pretty clear who's winning. But if you are winning in the system, sometimes the lifestyle people expect you to live and the lifestyle your profession should be able to afford ends up running you so deep into debt that you're also on the same treadmill. So let's face it, even if you're making good money, it somehow finds a way of slipping through your fingers. Too much month at the end of your money, as they say. So when you tighten your belts to climb your way back up, you're fighting more than just your spending habits. You're fighting an entire economic context that's designed to keep you reaching for the next thing. That's why pure austerity rarely works as a long-term strategy. You're attempting to outlast a system that has more endurance than any one person can. Here's the cold, hard truth about most difficult things in life. They're not sprints, they're marathons. If you want to reach your goal, you must pick a pace that is something you can do indefinitely. As one person put it, you need to enter Groundhog Day mode, where you do the same thing most days to keep moving the needle forward. That does not mean every day is identical. It means the foundation holds even when the details change. So the question isn't, how hard can I cut? The question is, what's the most I can sustain? Those are completely different questions, and they lead to completely different lives. One leads to a likely relapse you didn't see coming, and the other ends with you ending up where you wanted to go. The point is this: marathons are not run alone. Anyone who's tried to grind their way out of a financial hole on pure willpower knows how that story ends, usually with a fuck it moment that sets them even further back than where they started. The people who actually make it through don't do it through superhuman discipline. They do it by building a life that doesn't require superhuman discipline to maintain. When you're heading toward a goal 100 miles away, sprinting at top speed will not get you there faster than moving at a steady, maintainable pace. The West African proverb put it well: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You can understand the trap, you can build every system I've described, and if you're white-knuckling a pace that's unsustainable, it will all fall apart. The systems you build are designed to protect you in the moment, but the pace will keep you going for years. When you're ready, click the link below to explore your options. We can do this together, at your pace, and we can start now. And as always, I'm Phil Shea, addictions counselor. Have a great day.